Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with NC State last night against Georgia Tech, not winning the football game, not getting bowl eligible, not taking the pressure off of their NC State-UNC rivalry game next week, not being the tougher team on the field. NC State didn't win me over last night. I said yesterday, up front, I'm judging you, NC State, based on how you play in this game tonight. I said, I'm going to ask you a question, and your answer, I'm going to judge you. And the question was, are you willing to fight and scrap and be the most physical, most dominant you possibly can be, the most of everything that we've seen from you this year? Are you willing to do that on a Thursday coming out of a bye against a tough team in Georgia Tech? And the answer was, I actually think split. They didn't win me over, I'll tell you that much. But I do think the players fought to the end. I do think they almost pulled off an impressive fourth quarter comeback. The players fought to the end. Quarterback throws a bunch of interceptions, still fighting, runs for 3 touchdowns. The running game actually opened up a hole late to take the lead late with Hollywood Smothers up the middle. The players, even defensive individual players, I thought, made a fight about it. They weren't afraid to get down and dirty. But in the biggest gut check moments of the game, the coaches came up empty in bringing the fight to Georgia Tech. And it's not just, although it is, but it's not just the final drive that the NC State defense decided to let Georgia Tech march down the field and retake the lead while not being aggressive, right? The defense was the opposite of aggressive, right? The prevent defense, all it does is prevent you from winning the game. Old cliches. First 2 plays of that drive for Georgia Tech, nothing, right? Runs, clock running, don't worry about it. Then there were 6 straight plays that all of them, there's no variety here, all of them were either successful quarterback scrambles or successful checkdowns to the running back. They both take advantage of the same thing, which is everybody too far off, everybody being too conservative, everybody in the second level saying if a receiver goes deep, we're going to be 20 yards deeper than them. And then as everybody turns and runs, the quarterback scrambles and there's nobody there to catch him. Or the running back leaks out on a check down and there's nobody there to catch him. That means you're playing too soft. Bring the fight to them, Tony Gibson, defensive coordinator. Dave Doeren was asked after the game how easily Georgia Tech scored on the final drive.
Yeah, I mean, I got the ball to the back, out of the backfield on us. A couple times we were in man coverage and their back made plays. We weren't able to get to the quarterback and get him on the ground, and then he had a big scramble to win it, And we were in 2-man, 4-man rush, and he broke the pocket, and our 2 safeties have to come up and get him down, and we weren't able to do that.
Yeah, it's more. It is that, but it's more simple than that. Played too soft. Didn't bring enough pressure. Didn't make Georgia Tech make difficult plays. Right?
Didn't make a true freshman quarterback uncomfortable.
Or even try to. It's basketball, right? Just because you're not going to block the shot doesn't mean you don't contest. Make them make a tough shot. But also, again, not just that drive. The interception earlier, the one down in C.J. Bailey's interception, down in his own red zone that set up Georgia Tech for the 1-play, 3-yard touchdown drive. After the NC State defense just forced a turnover, they got the interception to end a Georgia Tech threat. You give it back to the offense. You get an interception. Here's what you do as an offensive coordinator or as a quarterback even, if you're the veteran with a little bit of say-so. You grab the offensive line by the face mask and you say, our defense just got their quarterback to throw an interception. I want that quarterback to be sitting on the bench for 2 hours thinking about the mistake he made. I want him to have to sit there and watch us over the next half hour of real time march the ball down the field and score. The only benefit of throwing like a pick 6 is you get the ball right back right? You don't have time to stew on the sideline. But the flip side of that is there's nothing worse than throwing an interception or having the ball bounce off your hands or fumbling and then having the other team go on a 16-play, clock running the whole time drive because you're just on the bench with your hands getting sweaty thinking about the mistake. That's what you do in that moment. Instead, pass, interception. Take the fight to them and force Georgia Tech's offense to stay on the sideline and force the defense to make 5 good plays to stop you, not 1. The drive coming out of half. This one may have frustrated me even more. So they're at half. They're down less than a score, right? Less than a touchdown, I should say. I think they were down 6, which is a touchdown, but less. You know what I mean. You come out, you get the ball. That's awesome. If it's a 1-score game and you get the ball out of half, everybody's optimistic, right? In the locker room, everybody, hey, come out and score. We got the lead. Hey, new game. We played the clock right. We get the ball. The coin toss came our way. We get the ball. Once we score, we're not giving the lead back. They came out and 3 and out. 3 and out of half, which is bad. You know what's way worse and why I'm actually mad about it? It was a 3 and out with 3 completions. You had 3 completed passes, and you punted on 4th and 6. 3 completed passes, you gained 4 yards. Actually, you gained 5 and then lost 1 on a completion, but we're getting nitpicky. Justin Jolie, Noah Rogers, and Dakari Collins all caught a pass, and you gained 4 yards. Those are 3 players that can make plays downfield. If you're going to let those guys get the ball, let's not be cute with the horizontal passes. Noah Rogers, get him downfield. Justin Jolie, get him over the middle. Use his wide catch radius. Dakari Collins is an impressive contested catch guy. You completed all 3 of your passes for 4 yards. Take the fight to them. Let your players make plays. I thought yesterday I was talking to the players when I said I am judging you by the fight that you show. I should have been talking to the coaches, saying, let your kids go fight. Let your kids defend themselves. Your players, I shouldn't call them kids, your young men. Let them go out there when the tough get going and see if they're tough. If you're looking for a silver lining, I mean, I think it's obvious you have your backfield of the future. C.J. Bailey, Hollywood Smothers, if they're around for the next 2 or 3 years, they're really talented individuals. And C.J. Bailey, even though it wasn't his prettiest game, I think mentally these games will really help him in the future. You throw 3 interceptions, you end up with 3 rushing touchdowns and still being physical and still finding a way to give your team the lead near the end. That's kind of what being a quarterback is. And C.J. Bailey, after the game, talked about his teammates still having his back despite the turnovers.
Yeah, like I said, like mistakes go happen, things go happen. You know, that was definitely not planned to have 3 interceptions. Like I never threw 3 interceptions in the game in my life. But, you know, it happens. Like when I have guys around me telling me, let's go, you good, let's keep going. Like things go happen, it's overcome it. We go overcome it. And, you know, it happened, it worked. And, you know, that's why I like listening to my guys, my teammates, because they know what's best and they know what to do in those situations, you know. Like so that's why I'm getting that confidence and staying confident as I go on because those guys helping me out.
Never thrown 3 interceptions in his life. Still, you could argue he didn't throw 3 interceptions because the one on the speed sweep is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I think he threw 2 interceptions and he tapped 1 interception. And he didn't throw it. Chest pass, I guess. But still, if that's your first time with 3 interceptions and that's how you react, that's something good to know about yourself.
His responses were great after every single time he threw a touchdown or threw an interception.
As somebody that has thrown a decent amount of interceptions in his day, you don't know how you're going to react until you do it. It's unlike anything. You feel like you let your team down. It's very unusual. And he reacted pretty well. Hollywood Smothers still at the end, the big run. Like those guys, they have something cooking. You can build around that. If you're looking for a silver lining on, you know, being 5-6 and needing to beat your rival to be bowl eligible after starting the season with astronomical expectations, if you need a silver lining, hey, there's a couple young guys in the backfield.
I mean, 1 foot to the right on that 58-yarder, State wins.
Life's a game of inches.
Yeah.
And those inches are everywhere around you.